Hey there, TLC Tribe. It's Veronica Jones here, and today my special guest is Vatsala. Vatsala's based in Melbourne, and she got in touch with me when she wanted to make some changes in her career. She's now an influencer, and she's an all-round gorgeous girl. So I'm so pleased to have her here today. How are you, Vatsala?
Thank you, Veronica. Good. How are you?
Yes, I'm really good. So I'm going to jump straight into it and really want to get involved with your journey into coaching. So I was just wondering if you could share with us and with the audience, how did you get started on this journey of coaching?
I'm a nurse slash an influencer. I'm not a full-time nurse anymore because I've been focusing more on influencing. And well, healthcare is something that I got into because of my father being a doctor. So I've never been really interested to do healthcare, and all the struggle that comes with it was a little overwhelming for me. So I've always wanted to get into like fashion and beauty and sort of stuff, but I was really confused about where I want to go and how to do what I want to do. So, looking at a number of options, I was really confused about what would work best for me. And then is when I thought, okay, I think I need to get into some sort of career counseling so that someone can guide me through as to what would work best for me and what would fit my personality.
And you got in touch with me. Yay!
Yeah, I did.
And the rest is history. Um,
Yes.
the audience doesn't know, but when you came to me, of course, you weren't doing influencing. So you were, at that point in time, you were doing your full-time nursing, and
Yeah.
Vatsala was at a point where she was trying to really weigh up what was going to be a good fit with her career-wise, the next step she could make. And so, Vatsala, can you maybe share with the audience, what do you think had held you back from making changes up until that point you actually got in touch with me?
Well, I wasn't, yeah, like I said, I wasn't sure where I want to go. So I
Mm.
was like, okay, maybe I could go into this, but then I don't know, maybe I could go into that. But, like there were a lot of ifs and buts as to where I wanted to go, which is why I really needed someone to guide me. And that is when I saw you on the internet somewhere, and I searched you up, and then I saw, okay, fine, you are, you were providing a one counseling session, and I clicked into it. I spoke with you. I was pretty satisfied about, how things were, and how we discussed everything, and I was really hopeful, which really, at the end of the day, I was really happy about getting in touch with you and doing whatever I did and taking the decision that I took. Yeah, and then obviously we from there we signed up. I signed up into getting counseled by you and everything, and yeah, it all went great. I got into a direction. I knew, well, you helped me find out my own personality, because sometimes we just don't reflect on stuff that we are, because you don't really look deep into it. Like, you don't look deep enough to find out who you are and what you want to do in life sometimes. And then is when other people like you come into play and help them out. So yeah,
Yes, I
that's
remember
how.
doing one of our first sessions together, and we started looking at getting your values sort of extracted to see what that could possibly look like for a totally new career transition. And
Yeah.
I guess just to backtrack a little bit, because I remember our initial conversation, and you were really just kind of trying to find your feet as to how a coach could potentially help you. And I wondered, and the reason I ask you this is I know that a lot of people sometimes have hesitations around doing coaching. Like, is coaching actually going to help me? Can this
Hmm.
person really help make a difference? And I wondered if you could maybe share what some of your hesitations were, and maybe how you overcame those to then actually go ahead with it.
Before you, Veronica, I was really searching for people, so I found more counselors as well, and I spoke with one of the other counselors as well, but I wasn't really happy about how their response was, because he wasn't actually listening to how I want to go about it and what I want to do in life and what my interests were. So I was like, this is about me and this is for me. I don't want someone, okay, fine. Obviously, I will be paying. I'm not expecting someone will be doing it for free for me, but at least I want to land in, and I want to, into my interest, into something that I really want to do. Not that someone's pushing me to get into somewhere where I don't want to go. So that was where I was like, okay, do I really want to do this? Because I don't know how, like whoever I'm speaking with, if they are going to be of benefit to me or just to themselves. So that is where I was hesitant and thinking, okay, I don't know how things are going to be if I, start doing it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but things were really different with you in that case. And I'm really lucky and happy and thankful that I found someone genuine and not someone who literally just wanted them to, get what they wanted to get out of me instead of helping me out with my life's journey. So,
yeah. Well, thanks for being so raw and honest about, your experience there. And I think that does provide others the opportunity to think about the right fit with the coach that you choose, because that really is crucial on anyone's journey, to find someone who they feel like, they get me, of course, has the skills and expertise to help me get where I want to go, but really gels with who I am, because it is a partnership together, isn't it? As you and I know.
Yeah.
And, sometimes we have things that we need to overcome, like certain challenges to push through.
Yeah.
And when you've got someone who's in your corner and really partnering with you on that and gets you, it can really change the game. So I really appreciate you sharing that. And that's definitely something anyone can think about when they're choosing a coach, that they have that right fit. And I guess for you then, let's talk about your journey, because I remember when we set this goal and you and I were like, okay, we're putting this thing out there now, let's head towards this. So I was wondering if, from your perspective, you could fill the audience in just on, what the coaching journey was like for you, as in what you started to see in yourself as we were working towards this goal of yours.
So, well, initially I was really confused and underconfident, and there were a lot of things running through my head. How are things going to work? Are things going to work or not? Will I still have to stick to nursing? Will I still have to continue doing healthcare, which I still am in a way, but I've gained more confidence. I'm more confident about myself, about my body. I'm less bothered about other people's opinions now. I'm more thick-skinned in a good way. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot that I've learned through the booklets that you provided. And I'm not much of a reader, but still I just, managed to somehow run through that. And that was really fruitful in a way, because obviously there were a lot of things that I actually learned, journaling and manifestation and other stuff that really, really helps someone out, everyone out actually, I really truly believe in manifestation. I believe the number of times you say something, you write something in a positive way, in a positive manner, the universe definitely does respond. If it is in an hour, in a day, in a year, you never know. So I remember us, just literally, I was speaking to someone the other day saying, me and my counselor, we just literally, just casually said a few lines one day. And the same time we, spoke about the thing came true, and we were so shocked. We were like, oh, didn't we just speak about this? And yeah, and that's when, your booklets came in, they helped out in a lot of ways in how you need to handle life, career, relationships, everything. So yeah, all in all, it has shaped me in a great way.
That's so good. And thanks for sharing that too. I mean, a lot of people think that manifestation can be a little bit like, woo, what's this world we're heading into? And certainly when I first started getting into it, as someone who'd been from the corporate world myself, I thought, is is this a little strange? Am I delving into a realm of woo-woo land, as they call it? But it's actually completely logical and linear. When you start writing down your goals, when you start putting it out there, and gives your unconscious mind that signal that says, hey, this is what we're working towards, all of a sudden the signs just start showing up for you, as it did for you. And for our viewers and listeners at home, I know Vatsala won't remember me sharing this, but literally, you know, this goal was set and it was to the day, and the way things panned out to change the course of her life in Australia and her career, it was just incredible. And you know, I was obviously thrilled to be part of that journey with you. And of course, look, I think it's also fair to say, Vatsala, you know, you put in the work along the way, right, to get to where we went in that stage. You know, you did the booklets. When we were doing like values and looking at different kind of roles, you were really getting into that with me. We were talking about them, fleshing them out. We even had different career options on the table initially, didn't we?
Yes.
That we were looking at. And so that's also the key as well. You know, you put in the work and you get results. I guess what I was also interested in as well, because you mentioned sort of the combination of obviously our coaching together and then obviously the booklets that I gave you to support you. What sort of shifts maybe did your partner notice in you as we were going along this coaching journey?
Well, I am less frustrated because obviously I am somewhere getting into life in a direction where I want to be. And obviously, you know, back in, you know, when I was doing the full-time nursing and the night shifts and everything, obviously life wasn't happening how I wanted it to happen. So I was very frustrated, angry all the time. I didn't want to indulge into any activities, not going out enough. I mean, I didn't even have the time to do that. But now there's a lot of a change. I am more outgoing. I am less of a frustrated person. I'm more of a happier person. And yeah, and he's happy about the change, obviously.
That's it,
like,
exactly.
Thank God. Because then earlier, I think he was having, I'm kidding, he was having second thoughts about marrying me. He's like, hey. I don't know if she's the one.
Oh my gosh. And you know, people at home who are watching this might kind of take this lightly, saying, oh, I feel I've got more confidence in that and so on. But I'd like you to maybe share, if you would, this confidence change in you and what that's actually allowed you to do online, because I know what you're doing online is quite brave. So maybe you can just share some of that with our audience too.
Well, yes. So initially, I was really hesitant to, let's say, like, first of all, I just put on only photos, and then slowly and gradually, I started on to reels. Even in reels, I was like, okay, what if they judge me on the basis of the dark circles I have, or the acne marks I have, or this or that? If I show my bare skin, people are going to say this, people are going to say that. And then eventually, as I gained confidence, I realized, well, everyone has flaws, you know, no one has a perfect glass-like, you know, skin, you know, a skin that you look when someone's put on makeup. Everyone has scars, marks, this, that, everything. And even if they judge, it's my life, it's for me to live. It's how I live it and how I perceive things and how I want things to be, not how others want it to be. Because if in my life someone else is driving the car and I'm sitting in the back seat, that's not where I want to be and not how I want to be in life. So yeah, I gained enough confidence. I came up to the camera and I just, you know, with a bare face, not even putting on any moisturizer, nothing at all. I was like, okay, let's do this step by step, teach everyone how to do this, because I just care about teaching people how I do things. You know, when someone asks me, oh, you've got flawless makeup, even off camera, how does that happen? How do you do this? How do you do that? So that's where I think I need to teach people how to do that, instead of them thinking, oh, you know, she has a not so good skin or whatever. In fact, there are people telling, like, sometimes I get texts saying, oh, you look good better without makeup. And I'm like, okay, well, it's not to hide my, flaws or insecurities. It's just for me to, let's say, your skin, but better, but not in a negative way, if you know what I mean. It's just to enhance the beauty. It's not to hide anything. That's what I've learned so far. And also, sorry, with facing the camera, I was so conscious and like, okay, what expressions I'm making, what are people going to think, what are people, well, at the end of the day, what I've learned is people don't think anything. It's just you who's thinking in your own head time and again, okay, what if I do this? What if I do that? I don't think people have the time or the energy to notice as much as you do yourself. I'm pretty sure you or anyone would have noticed, or me, when we put up a story, we look at it 10,000 times. How are we looking? How are we looking? What are people going to think? On the other hand, I think some people don't even look at it because they just tap on it so quickly. And some people, even if they look at it, they'll just be like, 1 second, okay, click, next one, next one. So I think it's just about yourself and your confidence and how you are, and not about other people. Because at the end of the day, it's you and yourself that you have with you as long as you're living, as long as you're around. You die, the second day, your employer's going to hire someone else. People are going to forget you. Your parents are going to not forget you, but, move on with your lives, your relatives, everyone. So, yeah, it's just you, your confidence, how you want to live your life and what you want to do out of it.
Absolutely.
It's none of, other people's business. So.
And for everyone at home, this lady who you're speaking to now, when she came to me, was really nervous about even putting a photo up, and just the confidence shift. So she came for a new career, and look at the confidence she's got in the process. It's like, woo! And she's so right, run your own race. This is what we've talked about the whole time, rather than comparing our lives to others, we do all this crazy stuff. Stay in your lane, run your own race, stay your true course. And it's precisely what you've done. And it's amazing. And so, I mean, you've given us so much meaty detail here, but if you were to think about one of maybe the key beneficial moments in coaching, or one of the moments that stood out for you, is there anything that springs to mind?
Well, each and every little thing, I remember telling you that I wouldn't be able to continue with coaching for a few weeks due to, whatever, some personal circumstances. And then I was like, but I don't want to discontinue it because I'm learning a lot out of it. So I wouldn't say there was one little thing or two little things or whatever, because each and every coaching session in itself was a huge amount of knowledge for me, because there were little things to bigger things that were really helpful and knowledgeable. And so yeah, I just really wanted to continue because I just wanted to gain more and more knowledge and be like, okay, what if this, because you never know, sometimes some things are useful for you in the later stages of your life that aren't now. So I just didn't want to miss out on anything, because I knew you were sharing a huge amount of knowledge, and I just didn't want to miss out on anything. So yeah.
That's
not
awesome.
One specific thing, I think.
I love that. And so you're feeling the momentum, and to your credit, you had some personal stuff going on, but you're like, no, I still got to get this. I got to get this coaching. I still got to do this thing. And I commend you for that as well, because you were always going all in, no matter what. And now that you're on the other side of coaching, how does it feel to have completed it all? Be on the side, you got your goal. How do you feel?
I feel happy and content to an extent in life. There's still miles to go, obviously, but I am trying to get somewhere, and I am getting somewhere. When I wasn't so serious about the social media, I had around, I think, 1,000 followers, or I think less, and now I have like more than 3,000 followers. So I'm getting somewhere, and I'm pretty sure I will get where I want to go, because I know when I put my efforts, well, touch wood, whenever I put my efforts into something, it does definitely turn out the best for me. So I know that I will get there. And it has, obviously everything that I've learned in life through you, through the exposure I'm getting on social media, or through the other courses that I'm learning as far as my Instagram is concerned. It has taught me a lot. Things are, the courses that I'm into right now are teaching me a lot. So it's obviously, knowledge is always beneficial. It never goes to waste. One day or the other, you are going to utilize stuff that you're learning without knowing that, it will be so beneficial to you. So
yeah. Absolutely. And that's the thing. I mean, you came in with a really open mind in this process, always wanting to learn, to explore. And I think the key is that you always put it into action. Every time you were learning, we had different action steps along the way, and you were making that happen to get momentum. And that's obviously so crucial as we go through the coaching journey together. So we do get the results we're aiming for. And from your perspective now, you did touch on it a little bit there. How might you, because obviously you've got this great journey ahead now for the growth of what is essentially a business for you, how will you put some of your coaching techniques into practice going forward?
So, well, I'll be consistent, first of all, like you expected me to be with my booklets. I will journal, I will plan, I will manifest, but not just sitting there and manifesting. I'll obviously work for it as well, because manifestation never works if you're just manifesting. Obviously, you need to work towards it. So, yeah, I mean, I'll plan, I'll do the work that I'm supposed to do. I'll pitch myself. I'll be out there for the world to come to me and, ask me for stuff and work with me. I'll be confident, I'll be positive. I'll go to any brands or anywhere with a positive and an open, positive attitude and an open mind. And yeah, I'll be confident. That's like someone said, even if you are doing anything in a wrong way, but you're confident, you'll look right. And if you're doing something right, but you're still not confident, you'll look wrong. So I think confidence is key at the end of the day, especially on social media, because people are not gonna look at someone who's not confident enough with whatever you're doing at the end of the day, I think.
Sure.
But yeah.
And that's it. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. We've talked about this so many times. It doesn't have to be perfect. So often we think, we've got to have, but perfection is just like chasing the horizon, it like never happens. So whatever we do is great. And just to have the confidence in what we're doing in ourselves, amazing. And of course, that confidence comes from within, just as you've found as we've gone along this coaching journey. And it's not about looking for external validation. It's about knowing inside that you've got something valuable to share and you're ready to share it with the world. So from your perspective now, what might you like to say to someone? If someone came to you and said, should I do coaching? What would you say to them?
Well, you will be surprised, but 2 people came to me already and were like, okay, you were getting coaching and how was your experience and everything? And I told them, just, just go for it. And it's like, it will literally enlighten you, because there are so many places, there's so many, what do you call it? phases in your life, and there are so many days when you don't know what you're doing, you're stuck, and it will really, Veronica is someone, she's so cooperative, she's so helpful. I've seen people who I've paid to and not responding, and I get so pissed, to be honest, because obviously you would want someone to at least respond. And I told them, I said, even if I texted her at 12 a.m., I texted her whatever time of the day, of the night, she would respond. If not instantly, within a few hours, definitely. She wouldn't even take a day. And she was really helpful and cooperative and, really understanding in whatever, there were phases of me when I wasn't ready for coaching, when I was ready for coaching, and she always understood my situation and was, I really, really was appreciative of you. And they're like, okay, yeah, we'll call her, we'll text her.
That's very nice. You're putting the word out for me. That's very kind of you. And I really appreciate that. Sincerely, I do. Thank you so much. But also, for people listening and watching at home, as Vatsala mentioned there, coaching gives you that opportunity to get unstuck. When you're stuck and you sort of can't see where you're going, a coach sort of shines the light on a bit of a new path for you, and you discover that as you go through the journey together. And I've obviously had the absolute pleasure of doing that with Vatsala and her journey. So Vatsala, if people would like to get in touch with you, maybe have a look at your content on Insta, where it's fabulous content. Can you tell us how they can find you on Instagram?
Yep. So my username is Vatsala Malhotra. So it's Malhotra with a double A at the end. And that's my username. I'm basically a fashion and a beauty influencer. I teach people different beauty tricks, how to do their makeup and everything. And also with the fashion, some styling tips and tricks and, techniques of how you can just make an outfit, a basic outfit, look better and stuff. So yeah, I'll be really happy if people would come and watch what I do.
Absolutely. Could you maybe spell that for them just so that they can be clear?
I was thinking, so it's Vatsala and then it's Malhotra.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Yes, you have some brilliant content, really edgy stuff. So have a look, tune in. So for everyone who's, watching and is tuned in today, thank you so much for joining us. And, if you're looking for some new results in your career, maybe you want to find a new path for you that aligns with your purpose. Maybe you're looking for a promotion. Maybe you're looking to do a total career transition into a new area, or simply a step up. Please do get in touch with us at The Life Coaching Co. And you can head to thelifecoachingco.com.au to check us out. Of course, we're on Facebook as well, facebook.com/The Life Coaching Co. And at Instagram, you'll find us at The Life Coaching Co. So thanks once again for joining us, Vatsala, and for everyone at home. And remember, master your mindset, secure your success.
Thank you.